Well, good afternoon. I have come up to a location. I brought my Z50 Mark II. I have the 24 to 120 Z-mount lens, and I'm going to test that with this camera today. But I also brought the 16 to 50 kit lens because I'm going to be in a location where there's some big obstacles. You'll see when I get there, and I may need that wide angle lens wider than 24 millimeters. Well, where I'm at today is at the Obed Wild and Scenic area. I'm specifically at the Lily Bluff parking lot, okay? And surprisingly, this is Tuesday, March the 11th. There's quite a few people here. Anyways, we're gonna go over here and hit the trail. Okay, we're going down the Boulder trail to the Boulder field, okay? And it says it's 0.2 miles. And it's a pretty neat feature. It's been several years since I've been down here. So I'm going to take you down here and we're going to do some photographs with the Z50 Mark II. Now I have done some previous videos with the Nikon Z50 Mark II and some of their other lenses. And you can look, I have a playlist set up for the Z50 Mark II on the channel if you want to go and view some of those tests. I also made the raw files available. Check the description of each video and there'll be a link there to my Google Drive, and you can download those files and see for yourself the results. Now today I just brought the camera. I did not bring a tripod, and the reason why is there's plenty of available light today, and I don't think I'm going to need a tripod for where I'm going to be. I'm not doing any long exposures or anything. So what I'm really just doing is just out photographing and having a little hike. So, you know, one of the reasons I bought the Nikon Z50 Mark II was to just carry around like this for different photography situations. Now, having the 24 to 120 lens on the front of this camera, it is beefy, okay? It is a heavy lens, but this is one of the lenses that I have not tested out yet with the Nikon Z50 Mark II. So I wanted to do that today, is test it out to see what kind of photographs I can actually take with this. And I want to share those photographs with you. So you might have noticed in the previous clip how I had a black pouch on the left side of my pants. That's a pouch that I bought, a neoprene pouch to carry a lens in. And I've got it clipped with a carabiner to my belt loop. And that way I can carry this second lens with me without bringing a backpack or anything else, okay? So I've got my camera cradled over here on my arm, you can see, but I'm also holding a vlogging camera too with a selfie stick. So it makes it more convenient if I can just carry this camera without any additional equipment. If I was to bring my larger cameras like my Z8, you know, with lenses, I would definitely have to be wearing a backpack. That's one of the reasons I got this. How you doing? Doing all right? Hey. Rock climbers. It's one of the reasons I got this Nikon Z50 Mark II was for its small size, and being able to just jump out and go take photographs with it really is handy. Okay, I'm really loving this camera. I have several you know, Nikon cameras. I have the Nikon D500, I have a Nikon Z6ii, and I also have a Nikon Z8. So I'm very happy with this camera body. So you notice back there on the sign it says the Boulder field was 0.2 miles. So we're going to go across this bridge and cross the road that we actually drove in on to get to the parking lot. This is really cool. tell you, it's really a beautiful day out for March. It just really spoils you. I hope we don't have any more winter weather. I've had enough of that cold. It's about 70 degrees today. I took my hoodie off and I'm just wearing a short sleeve shirt. That's how warm it is here in Tennessee. Anyways, we're making our way up the trail here and we're about to approach the sign that says how this place became. And that's an important part of this trip today. I want to take a picture of this sign so I can show it to you in the video and allow you to read the interesting story behind the Lily Boulder field. And here is the sign, and I'm going to take a photograph. The sun's shining on it really bright, but I want to try to take photographs of this sign, and I'll show those to you in the video. So it tells you about the boulders from a sea. You've arrived at the Lily Boulder field in the Nature Conservancy Stone Preserve, an area filled with house-sized boulders. How did they get here? Their journey began at the bottom of an ancient sea that once covered much of the Midwest and almost the entire state of Tennessee. Over centuries, the land rose and the seafloor became the ground you're standing on. Erosion and weathering separated these sandstone boulders from the surrounding landscape. Today, the boulders in this special place are protected, preserving this habitat for nature and the enjoyment of recreational climber. So this is the area right here is the Nature Conservancy, and they protect over 300,000 acres of Tennessee since 1978 and 120 million acres worldwide since 1951. That's the Nature Conservancy. Anyways, this boulder field was once owned by Dr. Fred Stone. He wanted everyone to enjoy this spectacular area, so he donated the property to the Nature Conservancy. Today, the Nature Conservancy and the National Park Service work to protect this area to honor that wish. Okay, so we're going to go down here and we're going to take a look at some of these boulders, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now. Okay, I'm going to switch off the 24 to 120 because I have a feeling that I'm going to want to do that anyways and put on the 16 to 50. I'm going to do that in just a little bit. I'm going to try to take a few photographs with it first. So let's go down the trail and see what we can find. I mean, right off the bat, right after you leave that sign, you come to your first house-sized boulders, okay? You enter this trail pretty quick. I believe it's a loop trail. We're going to go down here and see what we can find. We're just now entering the trail where the first rocks are, and you can just see how huge these things are. Okay, now I said I didn't bring a tripod, so I'm seeing quite a bit of shade down in here. Let me turn around so you can see this rock right here. So look how big that thing is. It's huge. Okay, I'm gonna go over there and stand next to it just so you can get a perspective of how big it really is. And stand right next to it so you can see just how big this rock really is. They're huge. Okay, I'm gonna try to take a picture right here, see what it looks like. Yeah, the sunlight's really harsh. Of course, I'm shooting right in directly into the light. Okay, we're gonna walk down here. There's more to see. It's really dry right now, so I'm not too sure. I think this place might look a little bit better, maybe more saturated down here after it had rained or during the rain. But you can tell the leaves are crunchy. Now this is a pretty cool looking boulder. Let's back up here and put this camera down, and I'm going to try to take a photograph of it. Trying to find a level spot to put the vlogging camera down is pretty tricky back here. But anyways, let me see what I can do right here. And I really was hoping to do some cool tests with this lens, but the quarters are just really tight down here to get any wide shots. I'm gonna go over here and try to get a few close-up type shots right here of some of the textures of the rock. This one right here is 1/60th f5.6 ISO 400. And we'll just kind of see what this lens does. So yeah, the angle, what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark my spot right here. I want to take a photograph of this. There's some backpacks, so there must be some rock climbers. I'm going to take a photograph of this, and then I'm going to change over to my 16-50 kit lens and do some photographs with it at the same place. There's some backpacks, so there must be some people over there rock climbing. Okay, I got me a spot marked on the ground here where I'm standing, and I'm going to kind of eyeball a place on this rock. I'm going to take a photograph at 24 millimeters, 1/60th 5.6 at 640, and now I'm going to change over to the 16-50 lens and put that on. I'm going to do that lens cap in my back pocket. A little hard to do like this. Now this little 16-50 lens, I'll show it to you. It's really small. This might be the first time I've had this out. This 16-50 lens might be the first time I've had it out to do any kind of real photography with it out in the woods. Let's see if we can get this lens in there. Yeah, with that damn lens hood on there. I'll put it in there like that just for a minute. I may have to set it down so I don't drop it. We'll see if it's gonna hang. Yeah, it'll hang from there. Okay, so let me try the 16-50 here at 16 millimeters. I'm gonna try to get the same spot. It's about the same, 1/160th f5.6 ISO 640. So I got one at 16 millimeters with the 16-50 and one at 24 millimeters. Okay, I'll compare those in the video now, show them to you. I was just talking to a couple guys down there, and they climb these boulders, and funny thing is they call it bouldering, not rock climbing, bouldering. And he says what they come down and they get around these boulders and they look for what they call problems. Okay, and they had their mats on the ground. I should have showed you a video. I didn't ask permission. But anyways, they show you, they had chalk on their hands and mats, rubber mats on the ground, I guess in case they fall. Anyways, we have come up here to another problem. Okay, we'll call ours problems. And this is pretty cool. It's got a long face on it down through here. And I'm being real careful because I got that lens on a pouch. I need to move that because I feel like it's gonna fall out. I don't want it to do that. But anyways, we're gonna come up here and look at this. Still got the 16-50. Need to be careful to turn the camera off when I'm not using it, because this little Z50 Mark II still has short battery life compared to some of the other cameras out there. I did bring a second battery with me this time. There's been a few times that I've been out and I forgot to turn the camera off, and I did not have another camera battery with me. Not shooting with a tripod, you know, you got to be a little more careful. 1/250th. Oh, the ISO's at 500 now. Oh, that's even better. Get my camera level. Let's take another photograph right here. Now let's do a horizontal shot down the face of this thing. Log a tree log. Let's see, yeah, you can see me. There's a tree log that kind of fell down the face right here, and I'm going to use that as a interest, and I'm going to focus on that. We can go to 3.5 at 1/250th and see what the bokeh looks like with this lens. ISO is 140. Let's walk down around the face of this thing. I'm gonna go stand underneath that so you get an idea just how massive this thing is. Okay. I'm still holding on that lens. See how big this is? I mean, I'm 6'2", and I can walk right underneath it here like that. Okay. I got a picture of this. I did this location from the other side several years ago. I'm going to show you that photograph in this video. It has a sunburst in it. Pretty cool photograph. Man, there's a lot of cool patterns right down here. Let me turn the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. I mean, just look right here how this rock is chiseled. It's really cool looking. I don't know if I can make this look like something or not. About 35 millimeters, okay? I'm gonna focus dead in the center. Get my camera level here. See what that looks like. Focus dead in the center with this 16-50, okay? It's noisy, but it looks like it's sharp. So, you know, that photograph there was 1/250th f6.3. Well, here's a problem right here. Here's a pro tip. Don't make a rookie mistake like I did. When you're checking the exposure settings on your camera, make sure you check all four things: the shutter speed, the aperture, the ISO, and the EV. I did not have my EV set right, so I'm not too sure that was, oh, it was just a mistake on my part. I switched over to my bird setting, U3, and forgot that I usually increase the EV to +1 or +0.7. Well, it was on +0.7. That kind of explains why I was having some exposure issues. Rookie mistake. Don't you make it. I've got EV at +0.7. Now let me get that down to 0. That could be some of my problem. Now the ISO is more manageable. ISO 6400. I had my EV jacked up. No wonder why my pictures were overexposed. Okay, we're gonna try that one there. Now I got the EV straightened out. That's something you want to watch for when you're shooting. Sometimes when I'm shooting wildlife, I change the EV to +0.7 or +1, you know, to get the bird exposed right. And I'm setting on the bird setting, so I forgot to change it back. Here goes another guy that was back here bouldering. I don't know if he's gonna stop and try this rock. He might. Anyways, let's get a few more pictures here before we get finished up. You know the old saying, you've seen one rock, you've seen them all. You know, I'm just looking for interesting patterns to photograph. Now my intentions with this video were to test out the 24 to 120, which I gave you a few pictures in the beginning, but it's not wide enough for down here. I mean, the trail is tight, the rocks are big, so it's really hard to get what you want with a 24 millimeter on a crop sensor. It's even hard to get what you want with a 16 millimeter on a crop sensor. I might have been better off to bring the 10 to 20 down here, F mount. There's a lot of rhododendron back here. I think there's somebody sitting back here.
Let me know when I'm good to go.
You're good. Yeah. Impromptu.
Yes, sir.
You guys on YouTube?
Man, he is.
You are?
Nice. Come on. Yes, nice. Yes, good, good, good. Go. Nice. Yep, come on. So good. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Wait, one higher.
That's it.
Was that the top jug or was
That's
it
the
the
top. That's the top jug.
That was pretty cool. That guy was bouldering, and he let me film him, and he asked me for the video. I told him to send me a email. I took his phone number. I told him I'd text him later when I had phone service and share the video with him. But I've never actually stopped and seen anybody actually do that before. I took a few photographs of him too. We'll see how they turn out. If they did, I'll show them to you in the video. Okay, this is going to be my last stop right here. Okay, and this is a pretty cool little overhang, and I think what I'm going to do is do a few more photographs in here, and then I'm going to turn around and head back to the truck, call it a day. What's really cool is there's a little bit of color in these rocks, a little bit of rusty red and some greens right here. I'm going to see if I can take a photograph of that. Now you got to remember, these are all being handheld. So, you know, a lot of it depends on how stable I am. I wanted to not bring a tripod today, but I'm down here in the shade. So I'll show those photographs in the video, see what you think. I will post these on my Google Drive, and in the description of the video, I will put a link to that. You can download the raw images. I shoot raw, I always shoot raw. You can download the raw images and see for yourself. Like again, remember this, the shutter speed was slow. I'm an old man, I'm not real steady. I did not have a tripod with me, but I did not expect to find all this shade down here. I thought with the full sun out today, I'd have a plenty of available light, but I really don't where I'm at. Anyways, my name is Ron Durant. I am a photographer in East Tennessee. Y'all have a nice day now. See ya, bye-bye.